Hey, welcome to the Professionally Strong channel. I am Paul Niyama, and I want to help you become the best and strongest version of yourself. Now, in our last video, we talked about some ways to help you figure out exactly what it is that you want. In this video, we are talking about the why, and there are some notes in the description down below. I highly recommend clicking on that. Now, you may be asking yourself, why is this important? I've seen many people accomplish a lot of different fitness goals without fully understanding why, and you're right, I have too. But I've also seen this rebound effect happen where people get to their goals and then they slowly start developing these bad habits again, slowly start slipping back into their old ways, and over time they end up worse than when they started. Why does this happen? Well, for each person it's probably a little different, but the thing that's clear is the more you know your why, the more likely you are to keep continuing on after you've hit your initial goal, make more of a lifestyle change, and keep going when the going gets tough.
The tough get going!
Oh, and there will be tough times. That's just how life is. There's a lot of tough times in life. There's gonna be good times and there's gonna be tough times. And it's very easy to keep pushing and doing the right things when times are good. But it's when these times are tough, that's when you really need a big why to help you get past any excuses. If your why is big enough, there's no excuse that can stop you. Your why needs to be bigger than any excuse that you have. Excuses like, oh, I don't have enough time to work out. Or, oh, I'm tired, I don't feel like working out today. Or, hey, that last piece of cheesecake, it's not that bad. No, if your why is big enough, these kind of things are not acceptable. What is your purpose for working out? What is your purpose for wanting to get in shape? You know, the bigger these things are, the more you're gonna be able to get. You know, when life is gonna punch you in the face, it's gonna knock you down, and if you have a big why, you're gonna be able to dust yourself off and get up, keep going. If you don't have that big why, it's gonna be very hard to get yourself back up. It's gonna be very hard to keep fighting if you don't have that why when times are tough. And it's not just about willpower and discipline. It's about having a strong enough why that's gonna really pull you to your goal. It's gonna pull you to the gym. It's gonna pull you to eating correctly. You're not gonna have to push yourself to the gym. You're not gonna say, oh, I need some discipline to do this. No, you're gonna want to do this because your why is so strong. There's no other alternative. You know, it's gonna pull you there. And when everybody else is sitting on the couch, you're gonna be wanting to go to the gym. When everybody else gets home from work and they're tired and they say, oh, we'll just do this tomorrow. No, you're gonna want to get there. You know, when all your coworkers out there drinking, you're saying, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'll just have some water instead. If your motivation is not strong enough, if your why is not strong enough, you're gonna have to rely on discipline to get your goal. Discipline to work out consistently. Discipline to eat right, discipline to get enough sleep. You're gonna need to do all of these things very disciplined, but how long can discipline last? For some people, it can last for a very long time. For others, not so long. You know, so the main determination whether you get to your goal or not, and keep that. Keep the long-term results as not discipline, it is a strong enough why. You know, I've trained many clients over the years that are trying to get ready for a big event. They get ready for this big event, I help them get there, and then I don't see them again. I've also trained many clients that have got to their goal and have trained with me for years. What is the big difference between these two groups of people? Well, one group, they had a strong why. That why was pulling them there, they're doing all the right things, they got to their goal, but their why was that event, or the wedding or birthday party or whatever it was. That was their event. So when that event was over, they had no why. They didn't continue to work out. They didn't continue their nutrition. The other group, they had a very strong why. So when they hit their goal, they started setting new goals for themselves and would just keep pushing after that point. So it's really about finding what your why is and finding something that could sustain you long term. So when you reach your goal, you have that motivation to set new goals for yourself and set higher and higher and more difficult goals for yourself. You know, but it is all about making that decision to say, I'm not going to be this way anymore. This is how I'm going to be from now on.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
So these are the questions that are going to help you to determine what your why is. Ask yourself, what is your purpose? What are your beliefs? And ask yourself, what is it that you stand for. When you take some time and dig deep within yourself, dig deep at your core, you'll figure out what it is that drives you, what it is that motivates you. And when you know these things, it's going to help you not just to get some short-term results. It's going to help you to keep those results and make some lifestyle changes so that you never have to go backwards. You're always going forward, always moving forward. Now, one way that I like to do this with people is with a 5 whys method. Now, this was originally came up with as a business concept to do some problem solving, but I think it works very well in determining your why. So this is kind of how it works. Now, you need to figure out what it is that you want. And if you're having trouble figuring out what it is that you want, check out my last video because we go into way more depth into that. But when you figure out what it is that you want, you have to ask yourself why it is that you want that. Then when you get the answer to that, ask yourself why it is that you want that. And then keep going. 5 levels deep is what it recommends, but to determine what your why is, you're probably gonna have to go a little deeper. You may have to go even deeper than the 5, maybe 6, maybe 8, maybe 10 layers deep with that why until you get something that really resonates with you, that you're really passionate about. That is what your why is. That is what's gonna drive you. Now, I've done this. This is not an easy exercise. You gotta do some, you're doing some soul searching. You're going down deep and you're going into some place that you might not wanna go. It's not easy. I'm gonna tell you that it's not easy, but it is worth it. And there's a quote, an old quote that says, if you want an easy life, do the things that's hard. If you want a hard life, do the things that's easy.
Don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something.
So let's do an example of this 5 whys method really quick. So if someone came up to me and said, hey Paul, I want to lose 20 pounds, I'd say, that is great. Why do you want to lose 20 pounds? Well, I want to lose 20 pounds because I want to look better. Awesome. Why do you want to look better? Well, I want to look better because I will feel better if I look better. Awesome. Well, why do you want to feel better? Well, if I felt better, I would have more confidence. Great. Why do you want to have more confidence? Well, if I had more confidence, I'll be able to be more productive. Why do you want to be more productive? Well, if I was more productive, I would be accomplishing more throughout the day and accomplishing more throughout life. So as you can see, just by these 5 questions, you go from 20 pounds to accomplishing more throughout life. And obviously you could get a lot deeper with this. You could keep going with this, 6 layers deep, 8 layers deep, 10 layers deep, however many you need till you find something that really resonates with you, that you could really be passionate about. And that's what you need to do with this. Now, when you do this, you might not find the answer that you think you're gonna find. You might find something totally different. There was one client that I met with a long time ago, probably about 15 years ago right now, and it stands out in my mind because I've never had this answer to a question before or since. I asked her, what do you want to accomplish? And she said, to get fat. And I was kind of baffled by this. I've never heard that before or since, but when I asked her this, she said she wanted to get fat. So I thought, oh, she wanted to get some muscle. So I said, you want to get some muscle? And she said, no, I want to get fat. And I thought, that's really odd. So let me ask her why. So I asked her why. She said, because she was, skinny. She wanted to put on some, get a little more weight. Didn't want to be as skinny. I said, well, so that sounds like you want to build some muscle. She said, no, I don't want to get big like a bodybuilder. I want to just be a little not as scrawny. So I was okay. Well, you're not going to be like a bodybuilder unless you train like that, but we can build you some muscle so you won't feel as scrawny. So digging deeper with her led me to figure out that she wanted to actually build muscle and get a little bigger and not as scrawny and not get fat. But if I didn't ask that question, if I didn't dig deeper with her, I would have just thought, oh, well, you don't need me. You could just go eat crappy food and lie on the couch. You don't need to come to the gym and work out. But it's that digging deeper that will get you to what your real goal is, what your real purpose is.
Can you dig it?
So if you really want to accomplish some big things, you're gonna need a strong why, and I hope this video prompts you to take action, to really go after and sit down and determine what your why is, because once you do that, it'll be there forever. You will always have your why. You will always have that motivation. Now, remember, there is notes in the description down below. If you click on that, it'll take you to the PDF on my website. If you want some daily inspiration and motivation, make sure you check out my Instagram. If you want to reach me, I'm on Facebook, Twitter. I will respond to you. And if you like this video, make sure you share this with a friend. Subscribe to this channel because I have a lot more videos coming. And check on that notification button so you can join the notification squad. I will see you next time. I'm Paul Niyama, and I want to help you become the best and strongest version of yourself.